So, with 7 live-action Spider-Man movies being in the bag now, and with everything that's happening in society, we have a lot of free time on our hands. So people have begun to do reflections on the Amazing Spider-Man films, starring Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. And people have come to the conclusion that I've come to years ago, that Andrew Garfield is not the one to blame for those 2 movies being bad movies. You should not be blaming Andrew. Them movies suck.
Fuck a silver lining. Fuck a silver lining. It's only a card. It's hard enough.
What's good, gang? Y'all know what it is, so check it, right? We gotta talk about the homeboy, Andrew Garfield, who we all know he played Spider-Man in 2 different Sony Pictures Spider-Man films. The Amazing Spider-Man and The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'm already tired of saying the word Spider-Man, but over the years, people have been looking differently at his time as the character. And they're saying, hey, I kind of liked him. Hey, he wasn't so bad, was he? And now I'm saying, yeah, he was never the problem. He was never the issue with the TASM franchise. He was probably one of the few bright spots. Him, along with Emma Stone, carried those movies. Their Peter Parker, Gwen Stacy energy is what made those films interesting beyond the awesome web-swinging sequences. Now, when you look at Andrew Garfield's time as Spider-Man, you have to look at the entire picture. And you have to be able to understand that that man was put into a very hard position. First off, let's just talk about the elephant in the room. A lot of people don't address it, that Andrew had to compete against the MCU. Can't nobody compete against the MCU. DC can't compete against the MCU. They tried to create a dark universe that couldn't compete against the MCU. Nobody can compete against the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's been proven that way over the past 10 years. And his first feature film as Spider-Man came out the same year as this.
Hey, life up, bitch.
That's not on him. How can we blame him for that? That has nothing to do with Andrew. It's not his fault that Sony Pictures decided to make a Spider-Man reboot at the worst possible time. A lot of people were beating up on Andrew Spider-Man because he came after Tobey. That was a lose-lose scenario. There was no sort of way he was going to win that war. Even to this day, people will lick the sweat from the ball sack of Tobey Maguire. And I'm not dissing Tobey. I grew up with those movies, so I'm not dissing him. But to this day, he's legend status. Andrew was going to lose that battle no matter what. How many of y'all have recently watched The Amazing Spider-Man? I watched it last night. I want my 2 hours back. I want my time back. Do y'all remember Dr. Connor's plot? He had a Power Rangers plot. He had a Disney XD plot. He had a Jimmy Neutron Fairy Odd Parents plot.
Damn, nigga.
What he wanted to do was turn everybody in New York to reptiles, so that they will respect the cold-blooded. That's so fucking stupid, I can't even look in the damn camera. That's how fucking stupid that idea is. It's dumb, but Andrew's not the one to blame for that. Now I get it. When you are the star of a film, when your name is the first name on a poster. When you are the person that's supposed to be selling the movie, you get blamed for the movie's shortcomings. And that does happen on occasions. It happens to a lot of actors and a lot of actresses in different movies, in different TV shows. The most biggest example I have of that is Brandon Routh when he played Superman in Superman Returns. I remember it like it was yesterday. People trashed the hell out of his Superman when that movie came out because it wasn't that good of a movie. But after seeing his Superman on Crisis on Infinite Earths as Kingdom Come Soups, people have said, oh, gee, it wasn't that bad, was it? Oh, God. It is hilarious to see people change course like that. Now, the reason why people are changing course on Andrew is because there's a possibility that Sony or Marvel Studios might create a Spider-Verse film that features all three Spider-Man actors. That would be something that would be really fun to see in theaters, and people are mentally preparing themselves for Andrew's return. Now, when I defend Andrew Garfield and how much passion he had for the character, we all remember what he did at Comic-Con. He loved the character, and I respect Andrew a lot for that. But I am not trying to defend those movies. Just thinking about The Amazing Spider-Man 2 pisses me off. Web swinging, beautiful. I am not dissing the web swinging. I mean, his suit had wrinkles on it. The way he would move when he was web swinging made you feel like you were a part of the experience. The eyes on the costume being big. Ooh! Ooh! But bad movies. Bad movies. Was he a convincing teenager in the first one? Nah. Nah. He was grown in the first one. They tried to give him a skateboard to make it seem like, oh, he's a little punk rocker high schooler. But no. He's grown. Bullshit ass high school. But outside of those little petty nitpicks, I loved Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man when I first saw it, and I love it now. Andrew Garfield is not the one to blame for those movies being bad. Trust me, he's the last person to blame. You want somebody to blame? Blame Amy Pascal and Avi Arad for shoving that Sinister Six Spider-Verse crap down everybody's throat. Because that was ridiculous. That ain't Andrew's fault. That's Sony Pictures' fault. I'm blaming them. Anyway, it's been weird, but it's been real. Always keeping it real. Get out of here, bitch. 4G's on the G. I